Hi and welcome to Tiffany's Art Doll Studio. You might not know this about me, but besides making custom dolls, I also collect like vintage toys and dolls and also movies and series from my childhood in the 80s and 90s. I have a little collection of different VHS tapes, and one of those that was my favorite anime when I was a child was Sandybell. And if you live in America, you might not have heard of this because, as I understand, that Sandybell wasn't quite as popular in America like in Scandinavia, maybe alongside with Silver Fang, also not so popular in America, but here in Scandinavia it was like a huge hit. And Sandybell came out in 81, probably a little bit later here in Scandinavia. I have almost the whole collection of VHS tapes of Sandybell. This is actually the first anime doll I'm going to make, and I hope there will be many more because I really like that style. I've just been too scared to do them so far, I guess. Yeah, let's get started, and I really hope you enjoy the process of making this anime doll of Sandybell. And before we continue with that, I just started a Patreon. So if you feel that you would like to support what I do so I can continue doing these videos, please check it out. The link will be in the description down below the video. I hope you like this video and see you later. So for this new project, I've decided to use this Hairdorables Harimazing Prom Perfect Bella, and I actually bought this doll for, I think it's over a year ago, on discount. So I bought a couple of different of these because I thought they were very cute and they are jointed, and yeah, but I haven't really known what to make of them. So here you have the doll. I have no idea what the neck joint looks like, so I'm gonna do the usual procedure and just heat the head up with a hairdryer and gently try to pull it off. So as you see, I successfully got the head off the body. Just that was a miracle because you see how tiny that hole is. And she actually has like a regular neck peg, just very small. And I don't know why they did it like this because, I mean, it's hardly any movement. Very, very little. I can move it like this, but so I need to be very careful when reattaching the head. As I said earlier, I am going to make Sandybell, as I said from the start, and nothing else. I am going to transform her into Madoka Magica. Yeah, I've been thinking about making Sandybell for a while because I loved to watch that anime when I was little. I think this doll fits perfectly because she is very smiling, and also I am going to try to keep the blonde hair on this. Yeah, obviously, if you know Sandybell, she doesn't have purple in her hair, so we'll start with cutting off the purple, and I really want to take off the face paints to see what the sculpt looks like. So yeah, we'll start with that. I always take my little scissors. These are my best scissors for some reason. I thought this would be easy separating. Okay, so here the parting is pretty nice. It's just in a few places like this. I want to cut as close to the scalp as possible because I am not sure that I will be able to get the hair out from the inside without cutting up the head. So yeah, this is an adventure. I don't really have a plan. My plan is that I don't have a plan. I can poke it in, so the hair will be inside of the head, but I mean, that's okay. We're not gonna see that anyway. I found this hair I think it's a good enough match for this color. I'm surprised I even had such a good match because, you know, it's not just blonde. It's kind of this strawberry blondish thing. The problem is it's kind of short. I can't really put them in like regular. So yeah, we're gonna try that. That's a problem for later me. Oh my god, this hair. It's everywhere. And then my second problem is if I get the hair in the plugs, how do I get the glue into this tiny little hole? This is so exciting to watch. Erik, who does my editing, thinks I talk too much. Don't want to do this anymore. Let's do the fun part. Taking off her face. Yeah, and it's still there. Fantastic. And now you can see why I chose this doll, because she hasn't got these really sharp lines of the eyes that many other dolls have, and I don't want to be restricted by that. I really wanted to do an anime face doll for a long time, so now the day has come. Well, that went very smoothly actually. I'm happy. Just because of that, nothing else will, so hey. She has a really cute face, I think. I mean, it's perfect for Sandybell. Just look at pictures of Sandybell and tell me this isn't her face. I mean, perfect. Now let's push in that hair. And yeah, wash off the face with soap and water later. Not now. It's great to have a tool like this. This is for widening holes, and her head is actually kind of hard. It's not as soft as Barbie or Monster High. I just hope this hair will be enough, but yeah, I'll start from the outside and we'll see. This is kind of tedious to watch, you get the idea. So I ended up actually pulling out the hair from the plugs with these tweezers. It was easier than pushing them in, actually. So yeah, I don't know if that means that the hair isn't very secure or what, but I mean, it feels good. I brushed it out. Looks nicer now that it's brushed. So yeah, I just pulled them out. I can't leave it like this because she has these high ponytails. As you see, she has these very high pigtails, so you will see the bottom here. So this is the hair. This is the Swedish kind with the donkey. It's been around forever. It's good to have these silicone thingies. My plan is if I just glue them down like this, it will all work out. Or it would look like shit. I'm just figuring out which way I should put them on the doll, because I can't brain today. Too much. Oh my god, just stay there. This was a bad idea. Maybe I should have done a small section first. Let's start again. Okay, now I do small pieces at a time. I poured out some glue on there. Let's dip the hair. Put it on. Too much glue. I hate this. It's awful. Maybe this glue is like really wrong for this. Maybe I should just do white glue. Ah! I tried with white glue and it just didn't work at all. I mean, white glue, I think that's the best when you do like a wig cap. But for this, it doesn't stick to the vinyl. So I just let the Boohoo glue get a little bit more tacky, and I was really, really careful and just dipped the edge of the hair. The good thing with this technique is that if it looks like shit later, we can come up with another plan. It's reversible. I can just pull it out. And now we just have to wait and see and hope for the best. Yeah, we just have to wait and see. Enough of that. As you might have guessed from this footage that I mean, I knew it was kind of a big risk that gluing on the wefts thing in the neck wouldn't work out as I wanted. It looked like crap. When I tried to form the hair backwards with boiling water, it just didn't look good. So I'm going to go back to my actual original plan, a wig. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna pull out the remaining hair and then we'll do the wig. So now we're going to make a wig cap. I'm going to use this tool, cut out a piece and put it on her head with the rubber band so that it sits really tight on the head, and then we are gonna put, I don't know, like at least 3 layers of just regular white glue. And of course it has to dry in between each layer, so it's kind of a boring process. So there you have it, very tightly pulled down on her head. You really want to avoid these folds. Yeah, if you don't have like a really stretchy fabric, I didn't. So when the doll have ears like this, I do it like this, that I put the rubber band on twice and one piece above the ear and one below, so it forms around the ears. Because if you don't, if you just take it in the neck or something, there will be this bulge on the ears, and we don't want that. We want this wig cap to sit perfectly on her head. Just pull it down as far as you want the wig to go in the neck. Yeah, we can start putting on the layers of glue, and I just use a regular paintbrush. So yeah, I was just joking, guys. Of course you have to have the plastic wrap on the head before you put on the glue. So yeah, don't be stupid. Don't be like me. I mean, if you want a real tutorial, there are probably better artists than me, but I see this as an experience for you. There you have it. It's all covered, and now we wait. Have an arm. Front is basically the same as the front, but we part it in two and do some extra for the Velcro. So don't lose her hands. These I put away. Now we have the 3 pieces, and we'll get back to her apron later. And then I just add, yeah, I don't know, 1/2 centimeter of seam allowance everywhere. You don't have to draw that out, you can just cut. I will probably need to do some zigzag on this because it's kind of a fray fabric, as you see. Sometimes I mind on which way the fabric is put together or weaved, you know, but it kind of depends on the fabric, I think, how much it matters. And this pencil will just vanish with water, so don't worry about it. good idea is to have one scissor that is for fabric and nothing else, because if you didn't already know this, if you cut other things like paper, it dullens the scissors, so it's a good idea to have one that's just for fabric. Kind of first now notice that it's a little bit different on each side, but this is kind of glossy and this is kind of matte. I think I'll go with the matte, like I did it now. This is the inside. Yeah, so now we have all the pieces. So thing is, you need to attach the shoulders like this. Then you put the arms in like this, and then you attach the sides of the dress. This is kind of the idea. So front, shoulder to shoulder, arms. So I sewn the shoulder parts together. Now I'm gonna hand stitch the arms because I'm a little bit not sure how to do it, so then it's better to go slow, and yeah, so far so good. So now I hand stitched the arms onto the dress. I also folded in and made kind of a seam here to symbolize the cuffs, and then I folded the bottom part and sewed all around, and now I'm trying to make the collar. I don't want any seams to show on the collar, so I made these two folded pieces of fabric that I also folded so you don't see the ends, and I'm going to now take the iron and make a fold like this and then glue them on to the neck hole, so to speak. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Well, sometimes you just have to step back and look at what you're doing and realize that it looks like crap. It just isn't working with this fabric, and I had my gut feeling that it was going to be too thick for this tiny doll, but did I listen to my inner self? No, I didn't. So I tried anyway, and it's not working. I don't know, it's bulky and kind of sticks in and out everywhere, and I don't like the color's wrong. I spent half a day on this, but I don't do it again. So I just had a little accident here. I poured water with some glue in it all over the wefts. I had to throw out some wefts, so I will probably have to, you know, make some more, but we'll start off with what I have and see. These tiny bits I save for later if I need to fill some little voids. They're good for that. I'm going to start doing all around and the middle part because she's going to have pigtails, so probably won't need a lot of hair in the center of each side, so take it easy and do it slowly. So yeah, I finished the wig. This is kind of the shortest I can cut it without breaking the laws of physics for this hairstyle, because I've styled it a lot. So I think it looks good. I give this a go first, and I think it's cute. Let's see how it looks later with the face up and the body and everything. Maybe it will look good. I can actually release it from the head now. For the first time ever, I actually cut the wig in two, just in the front, if you can see. and I glued some wefts from the inside out here, so it's a more natural hairlining. Then I glued some tiny wefts on the inside just to be these kind of stringy parts. She has that in the cartoon. Very happy with that. And she also has these hair bands with 2 little red beads, whatever it is. And I was like, great, I have like the biggest bead stock in the world. No, I don't know, but I have a lot of beads and pearls and things like that. So I found these and I'm gonna paint them red and put them in her hair. Yeah, and I can show you the dress. So I made this apron and I think it's a pretty good match with what she's wearing. It was kind of difficult to realize this. I really looked at the cartoon and kind of tried to figure out how this apron is constructed, but in the end I am very happy with it. And I did this big band, and she has this in the cartoon as well, as you can see. I will put the pattern on my Patreon. If you want it, you can check that out there. And if you want to, you know, help our artist out, you know, that's that. And I made this little dress. I don't have footage of this dress actually, but I did a #1 dress. That didn't turn out so good because the fabric was too thick and this body is very small. And I don't know why I didn't think of that when I did that one, that I did the opening in the back, you know, as you used to. But then I realized that her dress actually has like a buttoned front and it's open all the way. So I thought, why not do it that way? Yeah, I put this Velcro. I thought that looked the best. She has buttons all the way in the cartoon, but when I put the apron on, you can't really see it anyway, so I'm not gonna waste any tiny buttons on this dress when you won't even see them. So yeah, her outfit is kind of half done at this point because she has these yellow stockings with a red and blue stripe, and I'm kind of figuring out how to make those because I don't have like yellow stretchy fabric, so we shall see. The shoes, she has these brown leather boots. To be continued, I guess. So yeah, now I'm just gonna paint these beads with a glossy acrylic color because they're glossy. I decided that I'm gonna try to make the shoes first before I make the socks, because depending on the shoes I might do just mock socks. You know, that doesn't go all the way down on the foot. I wrapped her legs in wrapper and painter's tape, and now I'm gonna cut them off. And this is actually the first time I'm gonna try to make shoes out of this foam. See how that goes. So, as you can see, I made one shoe now out of this foam. It was okay. I mean, it was the first time, so it took a while. I did one shoe first and it was too small, so I just made all the parts a little bit bigger and now it fits perfectly. It is kind of chunky, but this is like the best it can be. Although she has brown shoes, I am going to paint it a bit to make it more leathery, I guess. The laces is going to be out of this thread. It's kind of a little bit thicker than regular thread, so I think this will look good. I'm going to paint this. Her shoes are kind of more this reddish brown. I am going to try to recreate that a bit. This is like the thing that everyone says, okay, it's with eyes. Everyone says that do both at the same time so they look the same. Yeah, I can't totally agree with that. But yeah. I'm gonna let that dry a bit. Yeah, I have a little boot finger. I'm just gonna continue gluing the other shoe now, and it's kind of boring because I kind of need to hold the glued parts together for ages, so I'm not gonna film that. So I finally finished the shoes, and I am very happy with the result. I mean, it took a bit longer than I expected, but the results are really nice. I mean, these are the best shoes I've made, I think. This was the thinnest foam I could find. I don't know if there is thinner, but I think it's good. They are a bit chunkier than in the cartoon, but I really think they look like real boots. And I just painted them with some watered down acrylics to get this kind of weathered leather look. I'm very happy with them. While I did that, in between layers and stuff, I also did socks. This was kind of a challenge, not sewing them because that's easy, but coloring them, because I have these pencils, like markers for fabric. Wow, they really look blotchy in the camera. They don't look like that in real life. I don't know, I might redo these, try to color them in more perfectly, but these pencils, they are fabric markers. Paint with the pencils, then you iron the fabric, and then you wash the fabric, and then it should stick, but I don't know. Kind of bled out a little bit, so maybe I was just not so careful. That's what I did, and I also did the beads for her hair. I just took regular plastic beads and painted them with some glossy acrylics for crafting, and I also sprayed them once with some glossy varnish. That's that! So, yeah, let's do some face. And yeah, as always, I prepared the face with 2 layers of Mr. Super Clear and just let them dry before starting anything. Something like that. I am not gonna make her exactly like in the series because it is kind of a simple design. It's not like the most beautiful anime you've ever seen. It's good, but it's not that much detail in the faces, so I want to do a little bit more. I'm kind of shifting between 3 different pictures, different references, and mixing them together. It's not like you're supposed to copy something, but especially when you're doing something you've never done before, good to have some guidelines, like how is the upper eyelashes on an anime? And it's not quite the same doing it on paper as on a doll, you know? Even though I've drawn anime figures or manga figures, it's not quite the same. I kind of like how some people do manga dolls that the corners of the eyelashes fade into brown, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. You just have to trust the process, because right now it looks like Apparently I didn't record when I painted in the catch lights and the shine on the face and lips. I thought I pushed the button on the camera, but I didn't. So yeah, the only thing I did is that I took some wash paint, a dotting tool and a small brush and did the catch lights and added some white in the whites of the eyes. So I'm just going to redo her socks and I think she's done. So now I am at the stage I redid her socks. Yeah, I just sewed them on my sewing machine, folded down the upper edge and sew that, and now I am painting them with these fabric markers. And this time around I am really careful. So I actually taped down where the stripes are gonna be, and it worked really good for the red and blue. Now I let that dry and all of her outfit is done now. I finished her hair off camera because, you know, if you film something, you will mess it up. I'm just gonna clean her up a bit, put on the socks and shoes. You know, when you put on this fabric marker, let that dry first of all and then iron it with the iron and then wash them. So it's gonna be a while before they're done. Next footage will be of her beauty shots. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video and see you next time.